We're live. Are we?
Oh,
We're live.
we're
Right.
live.
Sorry, guys. That took a bit of flapping around because it kept telling us we were going live, but we're stuck on the going live part. Now I'm going to move the camera back up there and tilt it down, I think. There's the Keri.
Hello.
Connie, hello. Tara, Julie. How is everybody doing? Did you all enjoy this beautiful day today? It was gorgeous. Oh, sorry, I'm falling out of the...
Matt Aaron keeps issuing this warnings. And I'm more concerned.
Keeps issuing warnings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which it's more like
Hi Elaine, how are you?
it's more like UV updates.
Sorry, Tony's in my room because this is
Tony.
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 Hi.
Johnny, come sit on the chair.
Trying to sit in my chair. Come on.
Come on. You have to go closer to him.
Say hello to everybody. Look, who's that handsome boy up there?
Is that Tony?
Hi, Joe. Oh, don't belch. That's rude. Right, let me move back. No, just stay where you are and we'd be grand. When Hayley was up, she decided she would, when I was, I think, down in Galway at one point.
Yeah.
She,
You're coming to help me.
yeah. This fella's behind me.
Tony.
She thought it was great crack to teach Tony how to get up on my chair. So now he has my heart broken. Every time I go to edit, I go to do anything, he is hopping up beside me.
Yeah.
And we share a chair
And a bed.
and a bed. Oh, tell you.
You're off a cat.
So yeah, so hi Siobhan. Hi, oh Betty, how are you? That's Betty's the girl who sends me all the love hearts all the time.
I bet you.
And Laura.
Nice.
I know he's a handsome boy, isn't he? He is such a handsome boy. Bit of an asshole, but he's a handsome boy. Mind you, he's going to be 4 at Christmas. So he's getting...
You're getting to be old. Let's get you a little brother.
no, thanks. Yeah, but yeah, like all men, I know. You all look great. Thank you. I've just washed my hair actually. I sweat through my head. A legacy given to me by my father. So if I wash my hair today, it'll be greasy tomorrow evening because I just sweat buckets through my hair. Now, see, Betty, I know you're in Texas.
Come over to me.
Sorry, you need to come. Actually, the camera needs to turn. Look at that.
Yeah.
There we look. There you go. In all your glory. I know you're in Texas, and Texas obviously is exceptionally warm. Ireland, we don't get very warm weather, but we don't get very cold weather. So we have a very tepid temperatures. So when it does go up a few degrees, we tend to feel it. Plus, our houses are built to hold heat. They're not built for warm. So when the heat comes in, it tends to stay in the houses. Yeah. And it's very hard that way to cool it down. Like we wouldn't have air conditioning stuck in the houses. And I know from being in Texas, everywhere is air conditioned.
So like today was 22, but it was a real feel of like 20.
Sorry, do it into Fahrenheit. Because Betty. Yeah, Betty's in Texas, so they do Fahrenheit.
So it was at its highest today. It was 60. Oh, hang on. It was 71.
Yeah.
So
I think the other thing is we're an island, so we're surrounded by water, so the humidity is always going to be very high.
So like tomorrow's going to be 71 with a real feel of 74,
Yeah.
75. It will very, 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 very humid.
It's 100 in Texas. And
Yeah.
Christine Hamilton, she's in Northern California, and it's 95.
That's late 30s
Yeah.
Celsius. I'm trying to do quick math in my head.
Just do it on your phone. Click it over.
How do you
Dolores,
think I keep the brain?
you managed to catch us. It's 1:37 in Seattle. Behind us. PM.
Oh.
Yeah. I know Texas is 6 hours behind us. California is supposed to be 8.
Yeah.
About 8?
No, yeah.
About 8, I think. What's that Egypt doing? Have to keep, he's worse than having a toddler. You have to keep watching him.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, and Elaine is off on holidays. Elaine, where are you going, loving? May as well make me jealous. I've no holidays planned for this year. I'm actually I say no holidays planned. I'm going down to my mum, and I'm going down probably great day trips and stuff. You were going out on Thursday. We're going on a day trip.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Where's Katie?
Katie,
after you, she's your daughter after
Katie
all.
is in Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
She's gone. Well, she's gone back up a while actually. I think she'll be down the end of June. I think it's the end of June. The end of June, but I'm not sure like if it's going to be the 30th or if it's going to be.
She I don't really think she knows.
Yeah, she's going to Chicago to a cousin's wedding. I have cousins in Chicago as well. My hair looks very flat, but it's wet. I feel like I need to shake it.
Yeah.
But because of this, because of the heat, I just sweat from my head. So
our humidity.
Sorry guys, can I just do a quick disclaimer here? Myself and Keri both vape. Yeah. So if you're under 18 or you don't like people vaping, just to make you aware of that, because I don't intend to offend anyone, but I have to put that disclaimer there. And if you're obviously,
I've been getting very good right now, like not vaping as often.
Yeah, no, I'm yeah. Yeah, so I just had to do that disclaimer just in case people are, I mean, obviously it's not smoking, but you still have to put the disclaimer in because some people, and especially if there's children and stuff around in the background. So yeah, had to do that.
I too want to squeeze the dog. Now I have been told that can result in an end of life. So I just normally stick to giving him the boops on the nose, and he seems.
Tony sleeps on my head every night. So for about the first 20 minutes, then he gets down on the floor, and then after a while, when he wants to heat back up in the middle of the night, yes, I'm talking about you. He would go onto the other side of the bed, but to start, he will lie on my head, and it's a heavy head. It is a heavy. I can honestly say it's a heavy head.
I had to sleep down here for a little bit because you were gone.
Oh, he's got up to visit Haley.
Yeah. And he wasn't well the entire time. No, he was just not well. But he kept sleeping on my head. But my hair is quite silky. Yeah. Especially after I've had a shower. So he would just slide down my hair, and I'd be like, Tony.
Yeah. No, he's actually, I'll be honest with you, I will owe my sleep routine to him, because at about 10 o'clock, stop barking, it's not nice. At about 10 o'clock every evening, he gets ready to go to bed, and he'll go up the stairs, and he'll wait halfway up the stairs till I lock up, and then head up to bed. And then he gets into bed, and he'll play till I turn off the light. And then as soon as the light's off, he'll lie down on the floor. So he actually got me into a very good sleep routine, because by the end of the day, I'd be tired, and I can't be doing with him.
Yeah. Whoever said bulldogs are lazy,
it's a myth.
It's a damn myth.
It is, isn't it? Well, in fairness,
I did try to bring him out for a walk. They're like, sorry, bud. We've had traumatizing experiences. And he sat in the drive and wouldn't.
No, you're not going. He does not like WALKs.
Yeah. And
he will go out. Sorry, he would go out and he would get in my car and he'll go, and then he'll go for a walk. but he will not go for a walk in the house. He doesn't like it. I don't know why, because when we go to the back field, he loves it, but he does have separation issue from me.
I don't know. He's quite good when he's on the walks. He's fine. Like
Yeah,
he literally just sits there, looks at you, and goes.
he walks so far, and then when he's done walking, he sits.
Yeah,
and it's just, yeah, he's just done, isn't he? So
and he'll avoid me now for the evening.
Yeah, if you say WALK, he runs. Sorry, I'm just
He's actually gone downstairs.
Where?
Kitchen.
He's gone into the kitchen, yeah. Yeah, so just sorry, there was some questions there. I just want to go back. I was reading them and I kept saying, how did the heart monitor go? Okay, I haven't actually got the results from the heart monitor. The reason, sorry, someone else asked me something.
Hang on, sorry, I just noticed there because I was reading it because it said
oh, okay. So I haven't got the results back from my heart monitor now. At the doctor, my own local doctor, he said that the thing, because there was no blockages and stuff in the heart, they're looking for an irregular heartbeat
or some form of arrhythmia, probably.
Yeah, so that's what they're looking for now. When I gave back the monitor, I thought it was a 24 and it ended up being a 48. Now they did say to me that I might have to go on it for a week if they can't find anything, because obviously there's something there that's causing it. And they said like that it can be once every 3 months it happens, or it could be once a week. We just have to be lucky by catching it. So yeah, no, I haven't had the results back yet, but all my medicines, all the prescriptions are up for renewal, because I was only meant to be on some of them for 6 months, which obviously is, I collected them today.
Yeah.
So that's the last collection, so I have to go back to the doctor anyway. But touch wood, I seem to be doing okay.
Well. Yes, but it could be better.
My blood pressure's still through the roof.
Your blood pressure won't come down.
Just won't come down.
And the heart rate keeps going wild.
Yeah.
And it's at rest. It's not. So I did it on you.
Yeah.
And then I did it like 3 times and turned around to her at the end and I went, stand up. And I got the opposite.
Yeah.
I got completely normal results.
Yeah.
Standing.
It's weird. Anyway, look, the doctors are on the job. I'm still above ground, so I'm calling that as a win. So yeah, but no. As soon as I hear back, and if they come out with anything weird or wonderful, you'll be the first to know, because you know me. If people ask, I answer. I'm not one of these that goes, you know.
To be honest though, like it has been a bit weird because they were looking for any sort of reason for like a blockage. They were looking at cholesterol, they were looking at plaque, they were looking at your arteries and all that.
They were looking at calcium, and they were looking
and everything.
My thyroid,
and they were all low.
Well, no,
your calcium was low.
But my calcium was low. It was because I was severely vitamin D deficient.
Do you know what the main symptom of that is?
What?
Depression. Anyway.
Yeah. But like it was weird. I went up to the doctor, as I said, in December or October, the end of November. And I just went up with a sinus infection that wouldn't go. And he was like, you tired of this? And you did my blood pressure. And he was like, how are you feeling? I was like, I was grand. Like moseying on, just doing what you need to do, coming into Christmas. And 3 times, he did it with the machine 3 times. Then he said, can I do it manually?
I should do it manually.
Yeah. But look, they're looking after it. I trust them. They know what they're doing. You know?
Yeah. Because normally when someone's standing up, you expect it to be slightly higher.
Yeah.
Yours dropped.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But look, I'm alive, and sure, that to me is winning.
Well, you never know what could happen in the next 5 minutes.
Jesus, wet. Tony puts you to bed. He does.
Yeah. How did you end up with a bulldog?
How did I end up with a bulldog?
I was not part of this decision making, nor was I there.
No.
Nor did I find out until the next morning.
Yeah. Okay, how I ended up with Tony. Number one, I wasn't meant to be getting Tony. I was meant to be getting his brother. Um, and how I ended up with a bull. I always love bulldogs. I just think they're the. Now I don't like obese bulldogs. I like bulldogs though, and I love the fact that there's such personalities to them. I just loved it. And a friend of mine was yeah, I don't do delicate dogs. I like something that I can you know. And a friend of mine bred them years ago, and she said, "Look, I can put you in touch with someone if you're," but she said, "You know, if you're not fully committed, don't be bothering." Like, and I was actually up with Haley, and I got a phone call of the girl, a friend of a friend's, and she said, "I'm coming with a bulldog now, and you either take him now or I won't be back in Dublin." I think it was for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something. And I said, "Okay," and I had to ring poor Carl. And I said to Carl, I said, "I'm going to pull up at the house. I need you just to be ready, a jacket on, and get in the car." I said, "I have to go." And he was like, "Oh." And he got into the car, no questions asked. No, just hopped in. And we went, and that's when we got Tony, because his brother, well, the two of them, I think the two of them were there, and we picked Tony. But I have to say, I always loved the fact that they had such big personalities. I mean, he would argue with me over anything. He gives back cheek, you know. So no, that's how I ended up with a bulldog. I just loved the breed. I loved everything I read about them. I loved their character.
And he was ethically bred as well.
Yeah, he's a longer snout and a longer legs. Yeah. So.
Okay. We have
brought my water.
Joe Smith. This is the second time she's asked us now, and I've seen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
Want to go to Spain for a week? Would be just me and Mum, but Mum has dementia, and I'm not sure we'd cope.
I don't know how far along the progression she'd be.
It really does depend, and it can.
You work, that was your line of work, was Alzheimer and
Alzheimer dementias with psychiatric issues. Yeah.
It's
one of those things where I just wouldn't, because if anything, if she wanders,
she doesn't know the area and you don't know the area.
Like the Spanish police are very good, and they treat all elderly as vulnerable persons.
Yeah.
So they would she would be like high alert and all this, but it's also something you could just avoid. I just wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't go on my own. I probably would.
If you could get like a travel nurse or like a care assistant
to go with you,
yeah, they do have like day centers and stuff in Spain, but you see, I don't know, like, because a lot of them normally they're pre-qualifiers, and okay, she's not for
wandering yet. Okay.
But even still, I mean, it might be good, like it. But if something was to happen, and then say an accident, and has to go to A&E, well, now you need the interpreter, you need doctors, and like they are good in Spain, but it's an unfamiliar setting with, like dementia and stuff. It steps down.
Yeah.
So it might not be obvious now, and you could be in a plateau, but then it will go down again, and I wouldn't risk it. I just wouldn't like.
Well, I suppose maybe she had another family member.
Yeah, if someone else,
the other bit of support as well. I suppose I'd probably
because there's because with Spain and like dementia, like you don't really see an awful lot of nursing homes in Spain, and that's because family take care of them.
Yeah,
and the doctor goes out and the nurses go out. But I do think it might be better not to go as far as Spain. There's nothing.
Just wants to eat.
I know. There's a place in the very like south. It's more so. The other thing is if something happens.
The other thing is, Joe, I think you would be so stressed about wondering what might happen. You're not going to enjoy the holiday.
And like, even if you think about it, right, there's an awful lot of mean people that prey on tourists the best of times. Having someone who's over there as a tourist and vulnerable is just a cacophony of
a cacophony
of terrible
My
kind of
God, Keri.
circumstances. Thank you. It's a calm education. But like, and Spain would be very good, but I can just see how this is, like, how it could play out, and I just know in myself it would be, like, I would find it very hard and very difficult. It's not so much to scare you, but it's just, if you're going to do something, as much as it's nice going on like a holiday and stuff, is to say you have to think of everything.
I suppose the other thing, Joe, is how stressed are you going to be going on your own?
We don't want to obviously sound like negative Nancy.
No, we're not negative Nancy's.
But if other people could go with you, it might be better.
Even if, I don't know if you have siblings or...
But personally, no offense to my grandmother, but that stresses me out.
Yeah, you find even traveling with grandma, and grandma be quite, well, yeah, together, I suppose. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, dear God.
Uachtarard, hello, Red Panda. Red Panda at 75. Is that like a red cougar? Wow.
Sweetheart, that was... went to Hawaii with my mom.
Who?
That's alright, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay.
I had dementia 3 times. The first time was awesome. The next 2 were awful.
Yeah.
It's just the way dementia progresses. You don't know when it's...
And it's a lot of responsibility on you, Joe, as well. That's sort of, as I said, if there's more people going, yeah, it means at least you could have, the responsibility won't fall solely to you.
Like they get, your mom probably get more of a cake from looking at the photos anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to then prompt
memory recall
and recognition and things like that. Like, like if you went to somewhere you used to go,
he's together, back.
Say like just a holiday resort or whatever, and you go back, even seeing the photos, you could just be like, oh man, do you remember when we used to go there and we used to do this? And oh Jesus Christ, sorry, I'm stuck to the chair.
Sorry, we look dressed on top. We've got shorts on. We're all sitting there in our shorts. Yeah, love the lives, ladies. Love the chats and the banter. Thank you, Susan. So yeah, we've anyone else going on holidays or doing anything exciting this June? June flew in, didn't it?
I really would love to go to like Bilbao. I've never been to Bilbao. My Spanish lecturer said it was very nice.
Have you never been to Bilbao?
I went to Santander.
You went through Bilbao?
That was not fair. That's what you did with New York. It's the exact same line you pulled. No. I'm going to a casino.
Who is? Dolores.
And Joe just said maybe just a Warner's break.
Yeah. Warner's break.
Oh. Yeah, my lecturer attended university in Bilbao.
Do you want to come up?
Do you want to come up and say hi to everyone? Do you want to come up?
Sorry, he's pushing me backwards. Come on, up. Up. Give him a sec. He's to gear up first. Don't me to turn that way.
One up. Good boy.
I swear to God.
Tony, do you want to come up next to Mama?
You're sitting on his chair.
I'm sorry. He's a big ass. College has been interesting this year. I have done some weird and wonderful things with my college record.
Your college what?
Record, like my academic transcript.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Tell them your achievements.
I only have a repeat project, so I'm very happy. But to be fair, I was very, very, very confused. She is trying.
Sorry, I'm just the dog has to jump up in the bed.
Nightmare of a time, really.
My feet.
Go on, get up, Tony. Get up.
Oh no, he's gone over. Are you ready for bed?
Do you want to get on the seat with Mama? Do you want to sit with Mama?
Oh, he's
Anyway.
off again.
So at the start of the year, in September of 2024, the year of AI, I'm going to just start opening now.
Right.
Instead of in the year of our Lord, it's going to be in the year of AI 2024.
Okay.
I was told I had a repeat module. Fine. They were like, yes, you've been approved to progress to Keri. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. And they were like, so you have to pass this module. We're giving it to you again. And I'm like, okay, but I hate this module. And they were like, why was it so difficult first time around? And I was like, I didn't know what I was meant to be looking at. Like, I had no
What
idea.
module was it?
Folklore.
What did he do?
I don't know. So had to read a load of Douglas Hyde and Lady Gregory and Crofton Croker, the weirdest little man ever, and write an essay. And then I had to do a big kind of like interview prompt thing. And then we had our winter exams. That was fine. And then, lo and behold, we were struck with illness. We all got COVID. Bar Mum. She had a heart attack instead. But anyway.
I got COVID in the October.
Oh, that's right. She couldn't have gotten us. But yeah, and it was kind of weird.
I'm coming back.
So then the next semester so back in September they told me I couldn't take an extra module, that this was like it, and that I shouldn't be able to do it and all this. And then last semester, so January through May, I did that again. I took an extra module. Yeah. And then I passed every single subject in second semester, so I don't have any repeats.
No repeats this year.
But the third exam is not a repeat exam. It's so I can score whatever I need to because I was sick. Where the repeat you can only get 3. So. Hi, Tony. We are talking to the people of YouTube. Tony, what do you? So then my lecturer, I had a phone call with her today, and she was really happy, and she was like, look, I just couldn't mark your stuff when I wanted to. And I was like, okay. And she was like, but that's a recent change of policy. They only did that in March. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And she was like, yeah, it sucks big. So then it was just a bit interesting. I did Spanish, and then I did historical, and political visual production. Okay. All right. And then we did some more archaeology. Archaeology was my highest scoring subject because I cannot get enough of that shit. Yeah, so the lecturer who does this, she's actually my supervisor for my dissertation.
Thank you.
And it's
behind you.
It's been a wild year. I'm off to Berlin and Cork. I do have holidays. I'm off to Berlin.
Oh, okay.
So I know. I feel like there's a hair up here that I just can't see.
Sarah.
Sorry.
I haven't seen Sarah in ages. I think I see it on Instagram a lot more than oh my goodness.
So yes, then we have to submit our dissertation. And actually I said to Mum, if there's any module I pass this year that I do not want to repeat, it's the research methods for dissertation. Because the repeat is half a dissertation in 3 months. No, it's like 5,000 word essay on the history, policies, and practices of dissertation. So yeah, and
Zurich. Someone asked me a question there, and I sort of went. Keri was talking, so or how you settling into new work hours. It's actually weird. I'm Once I get into them, I don't know what other. Once I get into them, I'm fine. I just hate the initial change because I'm a creature of habit, so everything changes. Do you know what I mean? It's like I used to be off Monday, Tuesday. Now I'm off Monday and Thursday.
It's just the shifts.
So yeah, it's just I'm just not I like a routine. But no, I seem to be settling into it now. I'm only in the office for 3 hours a week now.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, I do feel a bit out of the loop. As in, I don't really know because I was in the office Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Was I in Thursdays? I was in Thursdays. So I knew what was going on and I knew what was, you know. But
excuse me momentarily.
The ring light's there, but I've nowhere to plug it in, I don't think.
What is it?
There, the ring light. I have a light here, Siobhan. It is actually, do you want to turn on the light as well behind us? We're just sitting here. But yeah, no, I just feel a bit out of the loop. But it's more actually I have a power bank. Power. Oh my goodness. But yeah, other than that, it just, as I said, it takes me a while. I don't know about other people, but I'm not a great lover of lots of things. And do you know what I hate? It's not that things change, but they start to call you. They called me into a meeting on, was it the Tuesday? No, the Wednesday. It was the Wednesday. And like it was changing from the next day. My poor brain has to process it. Sorry, Keri. See out my way.
I think you do.
I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't, because we had to unplug there. We had to unplug the mouse to put in the camera. Oh, Jeannie macaroni. Hello. That's great. Is that better, Siobhan? Can you see me? I mean, I was keeping it dark.
For the spooky ookies.
Yeah. See that? One Irish winner tonight of the lottery. They'll be shopping in Tesco's. They might even upgrade themselves to super value.
So, obviously, when I'm in Galway, right, I'm doing my own shopping and all this with my money, right? Right.
You're also eating your own food,
right? But I decided I was gonna splurge. I bought a chocolate bar for $3.50. You seen the price of chocolate bars, and it wasn't on a special.
Tony Proctor, hello. You're not late, love. You're not late. We're only getting a bit when we're only winding up. Oh, sorry, me. But yeah. So sorry, I'm just because I haven't done a live in so long. It feels like forever, doesn't it?
It does.
And I just feel like I'm just so unorganized, or I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. How is Sasha getting on with her junior cert? I just saw Sarah asking.
They can see my eyes.
They can see your eyes.
Yeah. So these are not my actually. Are these? No, these aren't my anti.
Oh, thank God.
Glare. I do have anti-glare ones, but I'm blind as a coot.
Fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, so we're heading out on Thursday, aren't we?
We are.
We're going up.
Can I just say something about the junior cert and leaving cert?
Yeah.
Because who did not appease the gods this year?
Yeah. Well, no, it's been warm. It has been warm.
We had rain for a week. The gods were not
warm.
pleased.
It was warm.
That's not the deal. Anyway, but I do think it's really unfair that they don't tell leaving cert students this, because if I'd known, I would have done more before I went to college, if that makes sense, like properly.
What do you mean?
So when, they're like, oh, you have 5 years before, you become a mature student. If you do a PLC between your leaving cert, and like I think it's the age of 25, that is added to your leaving cert.
Yeah.
So I had only gotten, I think it was 296. I think it was in the leaving cert, and then when I did my PLC, it was another like 396 on top.
Yeah.
It bumped me right up to like over 600.
Yeah. I don't.
No, but you know, like it's. Why don't they tell students that? Do you know what I mean? Because it would take so much pressure off people. Like obviously, if you want to go on,
but it's like them going in for the courses and people put down courses and they don't get what they want. But if you look on after round 1, you can go in and look and see what courses still are vacant, and you can do a course. And then once you're in the college,
you know, my course
you can transfer over.
7. The course I'm in now was not my first choice. I was offered counselling with youth studies and counselling with addiction studies before that.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I genuinely didn't know.
I mean, this. When Haley was doing her leaving cert, she got a result. She didn't get what she wanted. I think she was looking now. It was journalist, or I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. Writing. Anyway, creative writing, but journalism, I think, was one of them.
Yeah.
And she didn't get what she wanted. And I would happen to be sitting in the kitchen as I am with my radio. I always have a radio in my kitchen. And I was listening there, and your man came on. He was like, if you go in after round 1 and look and see courses that still have places that weren't filled after round 1, you can apply for them and change your CAO.
Here's the other thing. You have till October to get into college. It doesn't just stop in August. So I only found this obviously after going into college. If you say are doing heritage, right? You're in first year, you really don't like it. If you want, you can transfer internally or externally. Now, an external transfer is a little bit harder. An internal transfer, I think it can be done within 2 days or something.
Yeah.
Like maximum 2 days. You can go on and do anything. I was actually going to transfer out into hotel management or resort management.
You see that ages.
Tony! God, he looks creepy.
No, you don't, sweetheart. Just tell me lies.
Just on the screen. I have to get you some vitamin C.
What's she going to do that? I don't know.
But like, you have till October. Like Susie, you know, says that up until October is something you can still get in. I had a friend of mine that transferred from Connemara to Galway, or like the Connemara campus to the Galway City campus, and he didn't get in until like mid-October. You can still move. You're not stuck. And I don't understand why they don't tell people this. Or like, anybody. Oh, is that your mama? Is that your mama? You gonna give her kisses? You gonna give your mama kisses? Boop.
I'm okay.
Boop. I'm okay. The pop moral support. Yeah, like it just like if you're 18, like between 16 to 19 is what the age is doing leaving cert. You're going in, you're like
20 if you're Carol.
20, right? But like you have till you're 25 to make a decision.
Yeah.
I know people who did like 2 or 3 PLCs to bunk up their points. It's fine.
It annoys me that teachers don't. And I know it's probably to keep them focused and keep them, but there is students that need to know that there's other options out there. They know from the get-go they're going to struggle to go a certain route. But there isn't just one route. There's like 3 or 4 different routes, 5 different routes if you need,
Yeah.
And I think making children aware of them would take off some pressure.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain ones where it's not going to apply, like medicine. Engineering can be really hard.
Architecture,
that's more to do with portfolio building. But a lot of students that I know that
it's 4:15. Sorry, I'm just see
like,
this fella.
Is he ready? Are you ready for bed?
It's 10:15.
We're talking to the people.
Anyway,
like I know for architecture, people often take a year out because they need to build up a portfolio. Do you know what the points are for architecture?
No.
Like with the portfolio is 1,000
Oh my
200, because it's not just your leaving cert. You have to sit an interview and have a portfolio ready, and the interview is like 200 points, and your portfolio is 500.
Wow.
And like, it's so frustrating because there's no need. And then you go to university, and if you email your lecturer going, sorry, I've actually had a terrible head cold for 3 days, they're like, take all the time you need to recover. Your health is first.
But they'll stress you out before getting there. But I think the pressure on kids is absolutely horrendous.
Especially young kids, like,
but like
the 16 to 18-year-olds, seriously.
Do you remember Carl after COVID just turned around and went, I'm not going back to school, Mum. It doesn't work for me. I'm done. And I was like, okay. Well, I wasn't just sit there and go, yeah, okay, no problem.
No,
I mean, we did talk about it and his plan and what he was going to do, because you need the leaving cert in Ireland to get anything. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to do it online. I'm going to, I'll sit the exams, whatever. And then when he did that, and then he then took a year off and went, I don't know exactly 100%. I'm not picking a course for the sake of picking a course. But that way he's very confident in what his decisions, like he always was.
But me and Carl are very similar, like thinking wise. If you let us come out a little bit or give us like 5 seconds to think. Tony, that's not your bed. Tony, you're wrecking my bed.
But yeah, I mean, there's no need for it. But I admire Carl for the fact that he knew his structure and he knew what way he was going to do it. Yeah. I thought it took an awful lot to go against all the convention. It took an awful lot.
It does, but then, like, I mean, I remember, like, my teachers freaking us out. I remember they freaked out over me because they were like, what was it, 3 months before the mocks? If you don't get like a certain amount of grades, you can't sit certain subjects. And then that was a blatant lie.
Yeah.
Like,
sir, will you sit your ass down? Nesting on my bed, he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did look like a ghost dog, didn't he? That's what I wake up to every morning. They're coming at me. Yeah, it's frightening. Very frightening. But he snores like a bloody train. But
yeah.
This week, sorry guys, there is going to be no shopping video, I don't think.
Oh?
I don't think this is a shopping
video. Vlog instead?
No, we're actually doing a challenge.
We are doing a challenge?
We're doing a challenge. We're going to shop the freezer and the pantry, make the meals, and we're going to shop very little.
Only very little.
Yeah.
Little.
Fruit, milk, bread,
butter.
I have to, because Keri brought back a load of food. Hayley's coming down. She's going to be bringing down a load of food, and I have a load of like pastas, rice, and lentils and stuff like that. So I want to start using through them, and because at this stage it's just daft. It really is daft. And the freezer has a couple of meats and stuff in it that I know there's enough to keep us going. So I'm going to try and do those.
Flapjacks to make.
Oh, your flapjacks. I thought the prices and Duns have come down. Now, whether that's because you get with the voucher things, it's nearly like a 20% off. So I don't know. But then it makes you wonder if they can give that, how inflated are the prices to start with, that's not just inflation. That is just profit that they're giving up. So, yeah, that was a bit weird. I was trying to work out if the prices were actually coming down or
Tesco's has gone very expensive.
Tesco's gone daft.
I haven't been in Super Value now. I only really am in Super Value when I'm here.
Super Value, I only go to like that when I want fresh bread rolls.
Lidl has gone up.
Lidl's gone up.
Gone.
I think Lidl's gone very pricey. Ooh.
I wanted to get one of their coffee machines. I was showing it to you and I was like, it's really cool and da-da-da. And then it was like €265.
Yeah. No, even their I noticed
it seems like the Irish shops have kind of come down a little bit.
I don't know,
more.
like Super Value is okay if you literally, like, they do gorgeous things. If you're looking for, excuse me, cheeses and stuff like that. They always did lovely stuff like that.
Mm.
Stuff that you wouldn't normally get. Now this is before Marks and Spencer's, but
this,
they always
it is
had.
kind of like Marks and Spencer's kind of thing as well.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be.
I saw tahini in Super Value.
Yeah, but
I
like
saw
I would
tahini in
always
Dunnes
go over
Stores.
now. If I was going over to Super Value, it would usually be because I'm short of something, or I just want the fresh breads, or I want a cake, a celebration cake, or something like that.
I recently switched. So
the pies, sorry, they do old-fashioned pies, and they're only €2 or €3, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
I recently started kind of moving away from Lidl and Galway because it is getting a little bit more expensive. Like there's a Tesco's near me, and there's a Super Value near me. Like within, I'm talking like half an hour walk. Well, the Tesco's probably 5. And then the Lidl, if I got the bus, it'd be about maybe 20 minutes. If I was to walk, it'd be about maybe 40. But they've all gone like oddly weird.
And it's weird. I'll tell you what,
Aldi doesn't seem to have gone up.
It's gone up slightly. It's matching. Like lactose-free milk used to be $1.49. It's now $1.59.
I blame the rise of alternative milks.
Like sardines used to be 49¢. They're now 79¢. Like it's the bizarrest of things that have gone up a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, cheese and stuff doesn't seem to have gone up too bad. It's gone up a little, but not too bad. But there's an awful lot of stuff that I just don't buy in them anymore. Like my cottage cheese, I used to buy Lidl and Aldi's, and it used to have that bitterness or the sour cream. Now I buy it in a Polish shop. I go shopping in the Polish shop.
Yeah, I mean, I like myself. The Tesco's near me though. It's not really great. It's really, really small. But also, there's no like even on the club card, it's not any better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're only maybe getting like €1 in the difference, and like maybe if you were doing a big enough shop, like I wouldn't be ever really, but yeah, like I don't think there's a Super Value near me in Galway. No, there isn't. No, I don't know where the Super Value is actually in Galway.
Don't know actually. I know we obviously have by mom, like by grandma.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
Value.
Marks and Spencer's isn't too bad. I would normally, like, you know, if we're going on like a school trip or something.
Marks and Spencer's are great for the novelty foods.
Oh, I go in there, they have like the sandwich deal. If I'm going on like a school tour.
Yeah, but you ever see their sushi bar and stuff? Now, if you're looking for something like that, it's nice.
Well, I liked the one at Christmas when we went to the 24-hour Dunnes.
In Connell's Court.
That was mad. Yeah. So big.
Prices up where Hayley is, she's because she's in Letterkenny, obviously the prices are in around the same. But if we go across the border into Strabane, I've noticed Asda's prices have gone daft again. Things that would have been, we say £1, they're now like 150. And when you're doing the conversion rate and stuff, now the only thing is, I was in Asda. I never saw this before, right, in my life. I went to the till. The woman,
blow your mind in a minute.
The woman brought over like a rack, right, and it was all the reduced items. I said, "Oh, I wonder what they've reduced."
I like following the man with the ticket.
Yeah, but they reduced down paracetamol.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've never seen it in my life. They reduced it down to 22p. So I had to do a couple of trips in and out of the shop because you can only buy so many. But I can't take ibuprofen, so I have to have paracetamol.
So I went up north to Fermanagh, and I went to Balleek. And while I was in the United Kingdom, I thought, "Fuck this! I'm going to get myself a coffee and a treat," and I got a 15. You ever heard of that? I hadn't. I was so excited. Obviously my friend had driven up. So as compensation, I bought her a treat and a coffee. And for 2 coffees, ready for this? And 2 little 15s are like that length. £13, I think it was.
So what, €17? Roughly.
I'll double
Now
check.
there is
But
things I can.
because I have on Revolut, I have the
Yeah.
the pound pocket,
The only
so I can just throw money
the only
in.
thing
But
I do love going into Asda for is things that I can't get down here. Now off the top of my head, I know they do breasted chicken, but it's in a tin and it's long life.
it's £9.95.
No, 15.
Well, no, well you see,
Oh, okay. But there's things like that that I like to get up that I can only get in the north. And I mean, it's daft things. It's like Carl's lactose free milk. I can get an Asda, I can get a litre and a half as opposed to a litre here. And it's cheaper to obviously because you're getting the litre and a half. Just things like that, just random stuff. Muty pasta sauce. Well, Asda have stopped stocking it now. But they used to have that. That's a joke. She's a spanner. No, she's the moderator. She's the moderator. She kicks everybody in and out.
she's she's our local.
She's our bodyguard.
No. What am I thinking of?
No.
But yeah, like it just. I feel like, especially because obviously I am a lot lower on the budget end. Like if I can get away with it, between 50 to kind of €70 a month is kind of my end goal.
Yeah.
And even now I'm like, do I have to go up? Do I have to go up in this? Like, because this is cutting it close. Like, but for me, I've had to buy an awful lot of frozen fruit and veg and a lot of meat I get on deals and things like that. Like,
sorry, just talk about the price when I go up to Haley. In Lifford is the cheapest petrol. When I was up there, I paid. What was it here? It was when I was going up. I put I think €30 in the car, and it was 160 something. And when I was up in Lifford, it was 153, and because I had the app, it took 3 cents off it, so I only paid 150 a litre for diesel. So yeah, that like Lifford that way is good. What else would I normally get up north?
Okay, I know you don't get this. However, when I went up north and when I was traveling and I was in Lisbon, I went into Belfast for a day and we went to a bao bun bar.
A bao bun bar.
The BBB. And it was delicious. Do we really need to keep increasing everything? Haven't we been the people been annihilated enough economically?
I don't know how people.
Something that really scared me back in May was there were some of the fourth years who came back for a heritage event and none of them had jobs. One did, but he was an actor where the tourists threw tomatoes at him.
Well, that's not nice.
No, I'm scared.
Our lovely governor in California is increasing our gas by 61 cents for taxes as of July. Let's add that we're already astronomical grocery prices. It's everywhere. The word
I mean,
and this.
Oh, by the way, we got asked a few questions. I think after skipping them a lot.
Oh.
So hang on, let me just go back because we got asked a few and then. Oh
my goodness! There's something in my finger. I think of a splinter. Lordy Lord. I had great fun today. I had to bring a client I was with this morning. We should go to the dentist. I had to bring him to the dentist, and I brought him to the dentist. And he was the woman. The dentist took him in, obviously, and said to me, "Hang on, it'll be half an hour. Come back in a half an hour because obviously there's a lot of people in the waiting room, and it was hot." And off I went. I came back and he was sitting on the step outside the dentist waiting on me. I was only about 10 minutes. She said his teeth were in great condition, but so as a reward we went for coffee.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
To the dentist. So sorry, this was Betty Boo 55. Do you ladies miss Spain? Every day of my life. Every day. I dream about waking up in Spain. I wake up disappointed that I'm not in Spain. I wake up and I want to smell someone somewhere in a Toscana making tostados with that stupid little pureed tomato and the olive oil and the pepper. Oh.
Could you bring the dog down to the toilet? That's why he's scratching at Carol's door. I miss Spain, but I don't miss Spain. I miss Spain as in I miss the lifestyle of Spain.
I don't know, their minimum wage has gone up.
Yeah,
I asked my friend Fran the other day, and he said, well,
do you need to go wee-wee?
Keri, we speak. Yeah, I know, I'm going. He makes around, I think it's 1,500 a month now, but his rent is only like, I think 550 for
Yeah,
a studio
the rent.
apartment.
I mean, I do miss Spain as in I miss the lifestyle, I miss the culture, I miss the fact that it's very chilled. I'm also, my mum's getting older, things like that, so that's maybe more of a factor now. And obviously the dog as well. I mean, I can't see him doing brilliant in 30 degree heat, but I do miss Spain. I mean, I can see myself going over in a couple of years where I go over for the winter, come home here for the summer, maybe. That would be a nice balance. Or maybe one of the kids will go live there and I can just pop in and out. I don't know. But I miss, as I said, I miss the culture. I miss the lifestyle, the sort of the late evenings, the community, sitting out, everyone talking to everybody. I do miss that. Sorry, I know I've missed even saying hello to people. There's, I love that. Susie Fake Face. Charlotte. Love watching the videos. Orla. And Fam started watching with my firstborn who loves Tony. And now we watch with the second baby. Oh my God, that's Alberta in Canada. That's lovely. I think that's where my friend went. Alberta. Oh, Alberta. I think he went over for, I think it was 2 years. My God, so many messages. I'm trying to see if there's any questions we missed. I don't think so. Go back to the work hours. It's actually funny because I have the same client. Jesus, lads, I was plummeted into darkness. Wait, let me turn on the light. I think maybe the power bank went. No. I have no idea, lads. Oh my God, turn on, do something. I don't know. Right, let me turn on the light anyway. It's probably not going to make much of a difference now. Oh, anyway, at least you can see me. I'll move the light. But I'm with the same client now, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I have the guy I used to have on a Tuesday evening and a Wednesday. I now just have on a Wednesday, but it, as I said, it just takes a bit of getting used to. One Irish winner of the lotto, Keri.
And it wasn't me.
It was. Did you do it?
No.
Well, then you'll never. I got the train one St. Patrick's Day to Dublin for the parades. Had the best time, but couldn't mention it because I was back in the north. Yeah. I like going up north.
It kicks me off the screen.
It's just, that light went off.
Did you turn it back on?
I presume that this is dead. I don't know.
She doesn't want to go out to pee unless you're bringing them.
Oh, lads. But, yeah. Iceland, remember the chicken fillets in the bags with gravy? Yeah. I think we're going to head up. Is it Newry we're going to go up to?
Yeah.
On Thursday. And one of the... I know what she's doing. You all right, sir? Yeah. One of the things I want to do is I want to go to Iceland because there's hash browns you can get. Might be a spare plug over that side of the room.
Hello.
We'll have to reach now. Oh, excuse me. But there's Duns have due the Asda TGI Friday, not the Asda, the Iceland, the TGI Friday and Greg's.
Actually, deep dive.
Yeah.
Hold that
And
there
we
now,
got,
precious.
I'm holding it, loving. We got, what's it called? The big thick, Mamma Mia, the big thick hash browns, sorry.
Why did you revert to Spanish there of all things?
Don't know. And we want to get more of them, and I want to go up. I want to have a look. We're going to just have a nosy round, I think, more than anything. Hiya,
Can I
Christopher.
have my phone there for a second?
Kerry's off doing an operation.
That's your phone.
Oh, well, you just want the torch, don't you?
Yeah.
Give me. No. Oh, yeah, we're going to go up. Sorry, we're just going up for a wander, really. We were going to go into Dublin, but Keri has to go into Dublin anyway to go to the archives to do because her dissertation. Yeah. You thought Tony was scary?
You never know what can happen in 5 minutes.
So we're probably going to go into
Unis. No?
we're going to go in. Well, she's to go into the archives to get her research for her dissertation. So I'm going to go in with her. Then we're going to go for lunch. And I don't know if you've been seeing on.
You okay?
That now we're totally in darkness.
Wait, hang on. I need to plug. It's fine.
Oh my God.
It's fine. It's just a little mishap. We're okay.
God almighty. Never work with kids or animals.
I'm not a child.
Really?
Plug it in. Maybe turn it on.
Hello?
Turn
I'm
on your
back. Ah. Oh. Why is it flashing?
You turn it down a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? What are
I
you stop?
have absolutely no idea.
Stop.
It's flashing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, Keri, you. Oh. Anyway, now I'm totally lost.
She sent me to
Our
battle.
governor in Washington State doing the same. That's 4 gallons.
Who showed
hang
her?
on.
Who showed?
Me.
Yes. Who else?
Oh my God, the dog is coming between my legs now.
Oh,
What's wrong, baby boy?
not unusual. He thinks he is your child.
Come on, up you come. Hi.
Hi, baby.
People said they want to squish you. Oh, stop kissing me. So I have to squish it for them. Iceland. Let there be. I know. Siobhan, do you know what? It doesn't get any easier. At least when your kids are small, you put them in a cot and they're there.
Hi, she's made me move her bed 4 times.
I can't move it on my own. That's mean. And you
Can't
refused
just-
today.
I refuse to take because it's broken.
Yeah, no, my bed's broken. Anyway.
I love how chaotic this life is. This is just life. I'm distract myself. If I think, right, I was going down the stairs. I don't know if anyone knows that new Sabrina Carpenter song. Is it stupid? Or is it slow? Maybe it's useless. It's for her new song, Manchild, right? I went down to get your 7-Up. Said those 3 words in my head. Completely forgot what I went down for.
Is that why you were screaming up the
Yes.
stairs at me?
Yes, because I fully believe, and I believe this to be healthy, whether it is or it isn't is irrelevant. I will not use full brain capacity on useless tasks.
Define useless.
Going in to get your drink.
Well, may I just say you were going down to get your own?
I remember my own.
Yeah, of course you did.
I remembered you wanted a glass.
Hi, baby boy. Do you need to go do your wee wee? Because you wouldn't go out for Keri.
No, he did go out. He played with the slippers and came in.
Oh.
But the back door was open the entire time. I'm only after shutting it now. So he could have gone out.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's just, it's his bedtime, so he's a bit all over the place. But yeah, so have we any other news, Keri?
9. If I had half a brain Siobhan, I'd be deadly.
I know. That's why I keep feeding them, Joe, and I keep looking after them.
Who said you would have the luxury of a care home? I'm going to be in charge.
You'd probably be in the care home with me.
Sure. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so that's the crack. There's not much. I haven't done a live in ages, so sorry about this. It's a bit all over the camp, but we are hoping to do them more regularly now, aren't we?
Yes.
Sound enthusiastic.
Yay! Woo Subaru.
Yeah. Carl keeps telling me he's going to put my ex in the room across from me in the nursing home. And he said, I'm going to leave your door open so you can just see his bed. I thought, oh my God, like, yeah. What do you want to work at when you're finished, Keri?
That's a great question. I know, hands down, to the core, I will not be an actor where I'm paid to let tourists hit me with tomatoes and potatoes. Anyway, personally, I would like to go maybe archaeology, like an archaeological consultant. Get out a map and say, no, you cannot dig there. Why? Because there could be a Anglo-Norman townhouse. That's wrong. It's a round. No, it isn't.
Your grandma asked you a question.
What happened there?
That's a freckle with no colour.
Oh,
that's what they told me it was.
I got them yesterday, Grandma. Right. So this is what the poor fella that was telling me. He was like, yeah, he goes, after the dissertation, like I went to go and get a job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
Siobhan,
I think it is, right?
What's wild?
Being hit with tomatoes and potatoes.
Oh.
They're not even cooked. Just raw stuff.
That'd knock you out. That would knock you out.
Yeah. But it's to show like how people were in the stands in medieval times, right? I just kept thinking,
right, I have to bring him downstairs. He's going around cross-legged.
This is where we can ask Keri portion of tonight's show. Or like a heritage consultant. I actually saw a job for a heritage consultant. It was part-time and partially remote, and I'm gonna lean on this because she's not here. And yes, it was partially remote and then it was part-time and hybrid, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience operating archaeology sites. Yeah, the exam results came out yesterday. I did really well. I only have to repeat the project. Sorry, Grandma. In fairness, I had to ring my lecturer this morning, so it was intense. It was intense. So yeah, it was all right. I passed everything in second semester. I just have the deferred exam, which is not the same as a repeat because I don't get charged for it. It is, Siobhan, it is always ask Keri. There is some useless fact in me that may help somebody in our audience tonight. But yeah, so had to ring my lecturer. Then I had to make some more important phone calls this evening. And yeah, well, no, fairly dead my end. And Siobhan, like literally, what was the one thing I had to get a form for Glass on, which is my student accommodation, because I need to get my deposit back, and I refuse to accept damages done in the house. Huh? No, thank God. So yeah, so everything's more or less okay. My end. It's just because it's me. Look, we've got hearts, and we've got. By the way, Grandma has now found out my exam results came out yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot. That's alright. I'm allowed to forget. I'm a busy bee. But yeah, I don't think there's much.
In fairness, Grandma, we're decluttering the attic.
Yeah.
What? What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Not my legs. Not when they're freshly ripped off the leather. Oh. No, so right, so this is a whole. Why do you speak with an American accent? Which one?
Who?
She says sauce, like she's from New Jersey, and she says core. So you've let it slip a few times. I've heard it.
No, I don't think we do.
I have an American twang. I know that.
No, you don't.
I got asked at the bar if I was from Boston. It was just weird. Okay, so no, I didn't do damages. I have proof that I didn't do the damages. I have evidence that I didn't do the damages. So I did not damage that property. I refuse to accept any form of damage.
Did you fill in the form?
I'm getting the form. I have to get an email from the office.
I put you out when you're doing it. Yeah. Okay.
There's people staying in Glasgow.
Yeah, true. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't like that look, Orla. That is because Mummy Dearest has seen said damages.
Yeah, it was horrendous, actually.
Thank you.
Scanger. Jesus, what?
She says sauce. Oh, me. I put it down to just
me.
Oh, you scanger. My mother would not let me have a accent.
No, that's not right. No,
I don't say dad.
I actually, do you know, I tell you, I think what could have influenced maybe a bit of an accent there. Not that I think you have an accent. I think when we were in Spain.
Yeah, I think that did it.
The school taught only English twice a week, and the guy who used to teach English studied in Oxford.
And then my teacher, Maria Carmen, had
an
American accent.
Yeah, so
yeah, it was just
that's all right. That's all right. Oh, Carl's ringing you with his results tomorrow. Yeah, because Keri's was out on Monday and Carl's out on Wednesday.
Mine, in fairness, I woke up, realized it was 9:30, and went, "Oh, I have an hour." Woke up at 11:30. So
yeah.
But I feel like if you're not concerned with your results coming out, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I am fluent in Spanish, so I feel like that may also my teacher in Spain, Maria Carmen, she had this thing where if you said chips instead of fries,
yeah,
it was incorrect, and that technically is not true, but I digress.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Providing you get on with your mum, of course.
Yeah.
Who's on Carl's door?
But yeah, I don't know. I really, 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 really miss Spain. I take a 2-week holiday and I don't think it's enough. We live in Provincia de Murcia.
It's about an hour south of Alicante.
And it is beautiful.
Mm.
It's a desert. Literally. I remember my English teacher, when we first moved, because I was 10, saying, well, I was 9. No, 10.
Doesn't matter. You were in around.
He said, this is a desert. And I went, no. And he went, you didn't see the cactus? And no. And so
that doesn't mean anything.
When we were out on break, he would show me all the cactus, and he said it gets
your fruits.
Well, that was normal though. But the English, he said it gets so hot, and then in the evening it gets so cold, and it would go from like 45 to like 22, like it would just drop the whole way down. Yeah, I miss Spain so greatly. I don't think people thoroughly understand how much I miss.
As I said, it's the lifestyle as well.
The lifestyle is so just. My favorite thing is they give you 2 hours off for lunch.
Yeah, to come home.
You get it depends. The minimum is 2 hours. You can have up to 4. Tony,
how are you?
Yay, the baby! He's just a baby.
Come on.
It's okay.
On your top. You want it closer.
Do you want to sit with Mama? No, Mama.
I thought this would stop once my kids grow up.
I'm saying hi to the people.
Say hi.
You gonna give them the paw? Can you give them a high five? Oh, you can't realize that.
I was going to say.
I understand. It's okay, Tony.
Let me swing around.
But even like I don't know, like even just their attitudes are just so much more relaxed. And I never knew what they used to say. Oh, well, the English and the Irish are very formal. I was like, oh, they're not. Yes, we are. Huh? Yes, we are.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed. I was listening to you.
When I was with when I was.
Why are you panting? Because you're stressing. What are you stressing for?
Collars at the back. When I was in Spain, I'd obviously be going out for dinner with like my friends and stuff in the evening, which completely like I do miss that as well. I used to get the menu of Aldia, and it would be like €5 for a pizza and a drink and a dessert. Crazy. But yeah, so we would go out, and they would say, Keri, the English are very formal. Are the Irish like this? And I would be like, sorry, Tony.
What are you saying? You tell her, Tony.
And they would be very they'd be very formal and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't think that. By the way, there is something itchy on my nose. I'm not. I was like, well, I don't think the Irish are really that formal. When we moved back, yes, they are. The Irish are much more formal.
We are actually.
Yeah, and we're much more kind of too like reserved.
Watch my hand, isn't it? You can't have the turtle.
I just said I'm learning Spanish. It's very easy. I think the way they taught me was the easiest and fastest way.
Yeah, but they just sort of threw you into it.
They also treated me like I was 5, and that used to really frustrate me. But looking back,
it was good.
It was the best way, really. Which was to sit there and like get like every letter of the alphabet.
No.
And put like so. It'd
Mr.
be like,
Turtle's gone to bed.
It would be like árbol, avión, arriba, like, and they would put it in like different states and like show you the different stressors, and then it'd be like, oh, we're gonna do the letter B, and it'd be like ba baby bo boop, balon, bebe, bibo. I don't know what bibo is, but
that's him sitting there. We're sharing a seat, an office chair. Mind you, sorry, just one of Tony's favourite little things to do is there's a guy on YouTube. It's the Hoof GP. Hoof GP? And I watch him. He does his trims. GP. Yeah, so it says. No. What's the GP? He trims cows' hoofs and bulls every so often. And I just sit there, but me and him just sit up in the chair. and watch it before bed. Sometimes.
Have you ever done a video about Spain, like about living in Spain?
No.
No, and it's kind of like I remember the first year we were living there, it was just paperwork.
Oh my God, the amount.
Now that being said, where you have to go for the paperwork is the
It's a town hall.
ayuntamiento.
Yeah.
There we go. So I get tongue tied on that word, but we would be there getting our paperwork, and it would be like a stack, right? It was a stack. See the people coming from Morocco?
The amount of paperwork.
Oh my God! It was like this big. Like we had a stack, okay, and it was a lot. It was a lot.
I know.
But they had binders, like 2 or 3 binders coming out.
In fairness,
like which was just.
I suppose we were lucky we had Gabby.
Yeah, and we also were EU to EU.
Yeah.
Which makes it so much easier. I think a lot of it's been digitalized now as well.
I don't know.
From COVID.
It's a long time since we had to do all the paperwork. So, you know, I mean,
I think the most complicated thing was the NIE number.
No, that was fairly straightforward.
Which one was the most complicated?
Most complicated.
Because in Spain, you have 2 last names. You have your father's and your mother's. You would keep your father's and change your mother's. What?
Oh, it's getting down.
I was trying to figure it down. And so when you're filling out the form, our last name would have to go down as the second one, not the first one.
Oh, I can't remember.
Something like that. Go on. You can do it. Way.
When you're being cute.
Anyway,
come on.
I don't know what would have been the hardest.
The hardest, I think, was trying to figure out the school, because the school, in fairness to them, they were absolutely brilliant. But they would say to me, you need to apply for this, you need to apply for that, you need to apply for this.
There's a lot of grants in Spain.
Yeah, and it was just, it wasn't even that there was a lot of grants. It was, you're not told about them. And then all of a sudden, and it was only because I was such good friends with Luce in the office in the school. I used to go and talk to her because she wanted to improve her English and she was going for exams in English. She'd say to me, if you're free, can you just come and talk to me? And I'd sit in the office chatting to her, and I'd help her filing. But I'd help her with the filing and stuff. And it just kept me busy as well. And she'd say to me, did you apply for this? Did you apply for this? Did you apply? We fill in the forms, and it was like everything had to be given to them in triplicate. Yeah. And obviously, like, birth certs had to be translated. I had to get that officially done. And the school was more like
common helpful.
The school, there was so much you could apply for within the school, but nobody, and even, I mean, I was talking to my cousin who lived in, well, she's from the Basque region, and she was saying not a lot of even the Spanish people don't know about all this that you can apply for, because it's not highly publicized. It just happened that the secretary of the school, I was helping do her exams. So she was helping me out with all the, his ball is stuck under there, Keri.
I can't even reach it, Mom.
Well, you'd have to bend down.
You're telling me to bend over.
Yeah. So yeah, so that way it was bizarre. And then when I would get stuff, I did get a bit of backlash from a couple of the Spanish people, who would say to me, how do you get this? I didn't even know about it. And I'd be like, I was told, and I wasn't. So it's quite weird, you know. But that was frustrating, is when they're saying to you, you need to apply for all this stuff, and no one knows anything about it.
Yeah, and like some of my Spanish friends, their mums would say to me, "Oh, you got this," and I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, we weren't told that had come in, or that had been."
Yeah.
And it was more that they weren't told that it was there, and then
I was getting
and
it,
then Mum was getting
and I was the foreigner, and it was just it was a weird situation to be in. No one was ever nasty to me.
They were just, I think, they were just shocked that they hadn't been told.
they were more frustrated that I seemed to be getting something that they weren't told about, but they were entitled to. It was weird. It was, but as I said, no one was ever mean or no one was ever, nasty.
Yeah, I
Was,
remember Vanessa's mom asked me one time, and I was like, "Oh, like I think it's teaching you guys through the school." I was like, "That's where I got the information." She went and got it the next day.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not that people were bad about it. It was just like, because obviously their whole thing was, well, if my mum can get it, then it should already be available to them.
Yeah,
they just didn't know about it.
That's it. And I mean, I suppose maybe the other thing, I would have been quite, not eager, but I would have been quite like reading up all the official things and trying to get, so it was more that in case I didn't do something that by law I was required to do, I didn't want to get in trouble because I was there with the kids on my own,
Do you know who was great at teaching me technical words? The police.
The police, yeah. Oh, anyway.
They pulled mum over because they suspected my younger brother was not in the correct booster seat. Suspected.
They were nice.
Because he looked too short in the seat.
Yeah. He was only short arse.
I wasn't only small. And then they were like, "Oh, his body is just short."
But yeah.
But
you've lived with your mum. Brilliant.
It's the best. What's the best way to learn, in your opinion? Go find a house in the middle of nowhere where no one speaks English,
and you've no choice.
Try.
In fairness,
Spanish are the most respectful at you trying to learn Spanish.
In fairness,
and they will help.
I didn't pick up Spanish greatly, but I used to go into the supermarket and I'd order Keri.
I don't want to be on my knees playing with the dog. I want to get up at the people.
But I'd go in, I'd order meat, and I mean, there was a lot of hand gestures and saying I wanted it cut and cubed and all this malarkey. And they tell me what I wanted, and they'd say it to me and they get me to repeat it.
Yeah.
But they had patience, and that's all. And I tried. Do you know what I mean? I tried as best I could.
Yeah. My teacher, Ronaldo, was a god in human form and had the patience of a fucking saint. He was trying to teach me my fruits and the tastes of the fruit.
Yeah, sweet, sour, bitter.
Yeah. I can't remember. I can remember dulce, salado, and salty. I can't read, I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But you get like drop it. Do you want me to throw it?
Keep going.
Anyways, so he would get a fruit and he would say take a strawberry. And he would say fresa, so strawberry. And then I'd say it after him. And then he would cut it and he would go dos medios, so 2 halves. And then dos medios. And he went pareja, so it matches, or it's a match. Parejas is also a pair. You can also say for partners. But anyway, and then
submersion, I think, is what she's trying to say is the best way to learn.
It is always the best way to learn.
Just total submersion.
Total submersion.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's one thing sort of I went
Spanish
over.
Are very patient.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know. They are. But even when I would be trying, and I'd say to them, I don't understand how to use this verb. They would sit and they'd go, well, it would be if you are going to do something, but you have not done it. And I would be like, oh, okay. And then I'd give them a sentence and they'd be like, more or less.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, okay, great. Something's up my booty. Please hide the ball. Please hide the ball. It's gone. Nighttime.
I think the thing is, if you're prepared to try,
Yeah.
they're prepared to give you the benefit of the doubt, and they will help you.
Yeah.
You know. And the other thing I found, because obviously I was a lot older, I was in my 30s gone over, and I found I could read Spanish quicker than I could speak it. If that makes sense, I could work out and take my time, and once I had the context, I sort of could figure it out.
Mm.
And I sort of, Michael, oh my God, what was the name of the?
Who?
I had it on CDs.
Oh, I know who you're on about. I'm just.
He
Can't
he was a famous
You could
language
try,
man.
like, Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone, that could have been it.
Rosetta Stone is good, but more like immersion is just it's gonna win.
Yeah.
It's just gonna you don't have a choice. Your brain doesn't have a choice. Like I remember.
I mean the kids school I put the kids into didn't they did English twice a week. Everything else was Spanish. They didn't do English as a main subject.
Yeah, and I had to do French through Spanish, and then I got about a year, and then I said to you that it was too difficult because they were teaching me French through Spanish, but I didn't have enough Spanish to understand it, and it was just getting very complicated. So in the end, they pulled me from it. But yeah, but they gave me a year to try and figure it out, and I got some things right and some things I didn't get right. But
yeah, like, no, you did enough languages at that point.
Like I remember sitting in Granada, and we were flicking through the TV station, and I was watching this documentary on the different types of ice creams they make in Italy, the different gelatos, and I sat there watching it for about 10-15 minutes before I realized it was in Italian.
Yeah, Italian's very close to Spanish.
Very, very close.
Well, once you have Spanish, you can probably figure out.
I can figure out
majority of the Italian.
Yeah, the Italian culture that was lost on me. Like when it comes to like coffees and when you drink them and what way things are done, like that gets lost on me a little bit. But when you do immersion, it's so much better because you get a lot of cultural context to different things. Like we used to do sobremesa, and sobremesa is done at the end of a meal, and you get your coffee.
I was just reading Joe's comment there. In a restaurant, they asked me how the meal was, and I said bien, which is good. He looked upset. I said mucho, and he said better. Yeah, I mean, as I said, once you try, they will. And I mean, it's more about just having confidence in yourself, even if you don't know the words. I mean, I used to laugh. I used to go into a shop and I used to buy ice cream, and I used to say to the it was an old sort of shop, and I used to say
the
to
elderly, oh my God.
I used to say to the man at the till, and I'd say for the children and for me, but I'd say it in Spanish. There were the two words. And he used to always just laugh. And then sometimes I'd go in and buy something, and he'd go, but for you. Yeah. And I go, no, nothing. And he'd go, oh, and he might give me a lollipop, or he might give me, like, they were sweet. But because you tried, they do, and they're kind.
I remember I used to watch the kebab shop, and we used to get the kebabs made up.
Yeah.
And he said to me, do you want picante? And picante is just like, it's just a mix of different spices. Yeah. But I didn't know, so I was like, well, what's in the picante? And he went through the whole spices, and he went, you don't know what those are in English. And I went, no. And I went home, and I said to Mum, do we have this? And she went, yes, it's basil. I was like, oh.
Coriander and different things, yeah.
It was funny. We used to get, you can get horchatas in Spain.
Sorry, can I also just say where we lived in Spain at the time it was a farming area. It wasn't very touristy. Yeah. And well, I don't mean to sound bad to Carol, but when my cousin used to come over to visit, they used to laugh because he spoke, they said, like a farmer. Because obviously he went over when he was 5.
Yeah.
So he'd only done baby school here in Ireland. Yeah. So when he went over, he learned everything, but he picked up the accent. And it's so funny because even now he goes like, I hate talking Spanish because everybody says I sound like a farmer. You're a country. But it's funny. And Murcian Spanish is quite lispy, and they don't pronounce the words. And if you can learn Spanish there, you learn it anywhere. Granada's very clear.
I used to get quite lost when we went to Granada because I'd be like, oh my God. Like, for an example,
stop pushing.
They would say like murcia.
Yeah, it swallowed them. Yeah,
Murcia.
it was just.
Vecino is your neighbor.
Yeah.
It's so soft. It's much softer than like other parts.
Granada was quite clear, and so is
Yeah.
Madrid.
Madrid's very clear.
Yeah, they just speak a bit slower. Murcians just run everything, and it sounds like one big long word.
Yeah. Even now, when I listen to my friends, because they're obviously doing voice messages to me, they were talking about the fireworks they were going to see at New Year's, and they were like, "We really want to go to London. We want to see the fireworks, whatever." And that was when I realized how very descriptive Spanish is, because the direct translation for fireworks in Spanish, artificial fire. I mean, it makes sense.
No.
No.
Betty, I can't see you.
We can't see anybody. Just the comment section.
I can see myself, and then the comment section. Is there? Are you asking to join? I don't even know if you can do that. I have no clue.
I have no idea.
Sorry, Betty, you've confused us all now.
Like, even in Spain, when you sit down to eat, if you sit down kind of before 8 o'clock, it's weird. Your dinner is between kind of 8 and 10.
Yeah.
And you might have breakfast between. I know some of my friends used to get up at 5 to 7, like between 5 and 7, because school would be at 8. You'd come home and it was 2. Like you did a whole day school. School just easier.
Yeah.
On the thing. But even like with the tapas and things like that, there's certain things that you get, and there's certain ways things are to be eaten. And
Russian salad. Love Russian salad.
Yeah, Russian salad. I used to love when they did the octopus. Pulpo is octopus, and they used to do the tentacles, and they would be like all wrapped around like a little spire coin type looking thing. Tenerife speaks fast. The Canaries do speak very fast. And
Colombian, I know this. South Americans, they use a different type of, not different, but they different names. Like falda is a falda is skirt, but in Cuba, the falda is a mini skirt.
My favorite one was stilo.
We can't, Betty. Did we miss some? I'm sorry if we missed some. Sorry, Keri's scrolling back up now. Oh,
where did you go, Betty?
It's very hard sometimes. They just.
Oh, are you going to get a PO box? Sorry.
Oh, yes, I am. I just need to get paperwork, and I need to get the. Elaine's going to bed. Okay, and you're getting up, gearing up for your holidays, so you probably have loads of packing to do and going and getting your nails done and your eyelashes done. And not that we're jealous that you're going on holidays.
I can go on holidays if I wanted to. Just would have no money.
But good night, Elaine.
Yeah. So what else? Yeah, no, Tenerife, the Canaries, they speak very, very fast. But they're still quite clear. There is an accent there. I just haven't been able to work it out. Sometimes I got really there was an old man who ran a bar near my hotel, and he was super nice. I said to him, we're always so hungry, and the hotel doesn't do a whole lot of food, which they didn't, and they were so like they did like a buffet style. Getting the tan
done. Elaine, enjoy if I don't speak to you before you go.
Yeah, I did see this power outages, and I was actually watching the.
It was Spain, Portugal,
southern France.
But then the UK was hit as well. I think down London or south of London. And was it Italy? Or am I thinking about the tourist protests?
No, I don't. I actually don't know what you're on about. But I was watching the fella getting off.
You too, Betty. Take care of yourself.
I am going to Berlin. I cannot complain. so I was watching them, and on
What were you
the
watching?
announcement, the metro fella, because all the metros are run with electricity.
Of course.
So he was saying, follow me and don't leave and don't turn around. Just keep walking out of the tunnel. Da, 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 da. I'm kind of sitting there going, that was me. Could I just go, I speak no Spanish. Please hold my hand and walk me out. I wish to have a carriage and not put my feet on the ground. Anyway. So for
Mother of
Berlin,
sweet Jesus Christ, that's what I'm wearing.
yes, you married a bougie child. Look, if I pay for it, it's fine. So for Berlin, I'm going with the college. We're going for a week. I've never been to Germany.
No, I haven't, funny enough.
So we're staying in a hostel, and then we're going to see the Jewish Museum, the Holocaust Memorial, cheery things. And we're going to the Berlin National Museum, which will be very interesting. We're going to, it's like a week-long thing, but we've got like a couple of evenings off. And I have been told by my friend Nani that the kebabs in Germany are considered a healthy food because it's all fresh meat and veg that go
Very
into
good,
it.
yeah.
So,
Nice.
yeah. So I will be eating kebabs. Now, Tony, are you just lonely, pet? Oh, Tony.
You ready for bed? Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. We go bed soon, okay?
So yeah.
But yeah, mad, isn't it?
I've heard Frankfurt, and where's my friend from? She's gonna annoy me. She's from very northern Germany, and she's in Austria at the moment doing her internship.
Wow.
But she's so fun. She's who I want to be when I grow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you grow up anymore, you'll be dead.
But yeah, so I don't know. I definitely want to do more of like Europe and stuff. Plans to go to Greece next year.
Nice. Okay. Didn't hear an invite.
Buy your own ticket. We'll meet you at the hotel.
Lovely.
Yeah, I've heard Frankfurt. I also really want to see the Cologne Cathedral.
I want to see the Christmas market in Cologne.
I'm telling you now, on the travel department, there is a thing. It's like a cruise. So you fly to Vienna, and then you go up the Danube River, and your only stops Christmas markets.
I heard now. Funny enough, I did see that, and I heard that some of the Christmas markets aren't open when you arrive. It's just the timing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go Vienna.
Go to the opera.
No, go to the Christmas market. Tony, you are pushing me. You absolute dweeb. I mean, he lives up to the name of being a bully. He just sees a gap, and whether he fits or not, he goes through it.
He is a bulldog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like I have a few more places like I really want to go. Jordan is another one. And see Petra. Veronica actually told me Petra was meant to be amazing. Her and a few mates went over. She did also tell me to be very, very careful because the sun is deceiving.
I love Christmas too.
Christmas time.
6 months.
6 months. 100 days. Children singing history and
I've decided I'm putting up my Christmas decorations in November.
I've decided I'm going to be the angel on top of it.
The tree?
No, I'm just going to stick myself to the ceiling with a little track and like swim around to be like Christmas cheer. Oh. Yeah, Petra's one of the
wonders of the world, yeah.
And I don't know. I was getting into these always. And I really want to see it before I die. I also saw
Please God, you have a couple of years.
I also saw a thing to Egypt where you do like 3 days around Cairo. Now it's fully guided, you're not there by yourself. Yeah. And then on the 3rd day you board your Nile River cruise where you get to see Aswan.
Been there, done that.
You've not been to Aswan. You've been to Giza, the pyramids of Giza. And I'd go to Luxor and the Valley of the Kings. Now, I also did a big project on the ethnical reasonings behind archaeological surveys and like why it's really important we repatriate bodies that were taken from Egypt back to Egypt.
I can see you.
Tony.
I can see you.
She can. Go on, give her a whack. You whack her.
Stop.
I really want to do like a vlog channel.
Well, why don't you?
Because I'm not doing anything at the moment. I get up in the morning, I stretch, I bless you.
But you know,
with my
people
presence.
who have stressful lives would like to see you relaxed.
Yeah, I don't get really stressed anymore. I don't have the capacity to be stressed anymore. I've this year has been the year where I have decided, no. Ah, Siobhan.
Siobhan, you're heading off to bed. Okay. Go on. I will talk to you probably during the week. And
We've yet to meet for coffee.
thank you for popping in. I think it's time we start going anyway, because the poor old pup needs to go to bed. So do I. I'm up for work in 8 hours.
I'm going nowhere, but yes, I am tired. Yeah, so I've just like travel plans that I want to do.
Why not?
You
You're
and
only
your
young ones.
loose tongue.
My loose tongue? Why have I got a loose tongue? What?
I know what you did last summer.
What? What did I do?
But yeah. So what else?
You confuse the goat.
I know. I really want to go to Ecuador and go to the Galapagos.
Good night, Sarah. Good night, Sven.
Oh, Spain! It's midnight now in Norway.
It's half midnight. It's late. Okay, guys, you know what? We're actually going to call it a night here. And I think I will post up the next time we're going to do a live. I am hoping to get more regular at doing this. So,
well,
yeah.
I'm still here, of course, because I am the entertainment.
As I was saying, I was hoping to do it more regularly, even when Keri's not here. Anyway,
which means I can spam you in the comments. Be like,
means
Orla,
I can,
Orla, Orla,
I
Orla,
can,
Orla.
I can ring you on your phone and invite you in.
Oh,
yeah,
hello.
I think you can do that. I did read that somewhere.
We did try that. Did work.
Right, guys, we are going to go, and I'm going to get this pup into bed, and I might put Tony to bed as well. And I will see you all.
You are looking for a kicker in your gicker.
And I will talk to you all during the week for some other sort of video or. And
remember, 5 minutes. Anything can
right, guys,
happen.
listen, go take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of the week, and we will talk to you soon. I have to move the camera because I can't see the end stream. Bye. So we will talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves. Good night, guys.